guys, thanks so much for watching. So today I was just thinking, I just scratched my nose. It probably looked like I picked my nose. Hey guys, thank you for coming to my channel. Today I had something on my mind that one of my coworkers from a previous job said to me. So as I was pulling out my reusable lunch container and fork, which they all made fun of me for quite often, but that's another story. He said to me, you know, only 9% of plastic actually gets recycled, so why even worry about recycling? As, of course, he flippantly tossed his single-use plastics into the trash can. At that time, I really didn't know how to respond to something like that. I knew that I wanted to help the earth as much as possible, but I was not prepared for a debate. But lately, I've really been thinking about that comment, and while, yes, his intentions were misguided in my mind, his words weren't entirely incorrect. It is true that only 9% of the plastic gets recycled. So we need to do less worrying about recycling and more worrying about not consuming plastic in the first place. I can get more into why plastic drives me nuts in another video, but for this video, I wanted to keep it kind of fun and share 10 swaps that I've made to try to reduce some of the plastic in our household. Hey, so I'm editing this video right now, and even though I did do a bit of a disclaimer the first time I filmed it, I really just wanted to slide in here to clarify a few things, because as much as we'd like to be, we are not currently a plastic-free family. Of course, we're going to continue to make changes to move in that direction and to support companies that have similar values to us. But until industries, society, and regulations change, it is really a lot more complicated than it may seem at first glance. So I just wanted to take a second to let you know that we're not perfect. We don't expect you to be. We're just sharing what works for us. And we really just want to say, you know, the responsibility is not on you or me as the individual consumer. All right. Well, let's get back to the video. Don't try to do everything at once. I did at one point and totally burned myself and my family out. So I've been slowly trying to change one or two things at a time. And once we've actually managed to make it part of our lifestyle, then I change another thing. The first one, let's just get it out of the way. I feel like I definitely shouldn't have to say it, but the first one is get a reusable water bottle. This is something that my family and I have done for years. Number two is bar soap. And this one I'm pretty sure is less expensive because we used to buy liquid soap, body wash, this soap, that soap, and getting a good bar soap that you can use, it saves so much plastic. This is the soap that we use right now, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done any research on the brand, so I don't know if I can recommend them or not. And to be honest, I'm probably not gonna do any research on the brand because this is a change that my husband actually made, and I am just so ridiculously happy that he actually took the initiative to make a change like this, that I am not even gonna question it. A small tip though is get a good soap dish, because I tried to do this years ago when the kids were little and the soap would fall in the sink, or the dish that I was using at the time would get all gucky, and I was working a couple jobs. I didn't have time to be scrubbing it out, and we ended up switching back to liquid soap for a while. But with a good soap dish, it's really not a problem. The third one is shampoo and conditioner bars. We buy a lot of shampoo and conditioner especially, because I don't often shampoo my hair. Disclaimer, it looks like this right now because A, my salon does not require masks, and being pregnant, I feel a little iffy about going. B, it is 90 something degrees outside and we're in a heat advisory warning. I'm not bothering to do my hair, just saying. I actually asked my sister-in-law, who's a hairstylist, and she had a client who was making and testing her own shampoo and conditioner bars. So she gave us a couple to try out, and I absolutely love them. She's gonna be sending me more, and even better, she is setting up an Etsy shop. So as soon as I get the link to that, I will include that in the description below, because I really do love these bars. Number 4 is laundry detergent. Recently, I have discovered laundry detergent strips. They're just these little square strips that you can rip off and throw in the laundry. They come in a cardboard box, so there's no plastic involved. They work just as well. They make unscented, scented, and a baby version. They are pretty expensive. This is one of those things where I'm kind of happy to spend a little bit more money to support a company that I think is doing something really important and really good for the environment. That being said, I do understand that the cost can be prohibitive to some, and for me it did make me step back and think twice, maybe 3 times before actually ordering the product. But I really wanted to give it a go. I think they're a really cool option. I think we're on number 5 is dish soap. So yeah, I'm starting to notice a little bit of a trend here. A lot of these are types of soap. I guess for years we've just accepted the amount of soap that comes in plastic without questioning it. And dish soap is another one of these. But the thing with dish soap is not just that it comes in plastic. A lot of brands of dish soap actually have kind of questionable ingredients that are toxic to our aquatic animals, our water streams, and even to ourselves. That's not to say that you probably can't find more natural dish soaps, but I figured if I was going to buy a more natural dish soap, I wanted to really try a solid soap. A few weeks ago, I was actually on Earth Hero because I was trying to see what kind of, I think I was looking at baby things or clothing brands, or I don't know. It wasn't actually dish soap, but then I saw an ad for this dish soap set. It included a solid bar dish soap, a brush, scouring pads, and dishcloths. And yeah, I couldn't help myself. I had to make the purchase because if I was going to spend more on a natural dish soap anyways, I really wanted to try this one out. And I love it. For some reason, I really enjoy I don't enjoy doing dishes, but I enjoy it more than doing the dishes like we were doing before, like a rag. Before that, we were using sponges, and then we were throwing them away after a while because they were just getting disgusting, and buying new sponges because that's how companies have set things up these days. Buy something, throw it away, and buy something new. And I'm so over it. I am just more than thrilled to have a new dish soap that I feel better about. We're going back to the shower for my safety razor. Before this, I was using the plastic razor with those replaceable plastic blades that are actually really expensive. So finally, this one saves you money. I no longer use the plastic one. I now use a metal safety razor. The blades, I think I spent $20 on blades, which is what I used to. I'll put the actual numbers up because it's mom brain, it's pregnancy brain. I'm details elude me at the moment. But I think I spent $20 or $25 or whatever on blades, which is what I would have spent before, but for maybe 10 replacement blades, I spent that on 100. So I have 100 replacement blades. I hopefully will not need any more for a while. And I actually really love my safety razor. I was terrified to make the change. I was sure I was gonna cut myself. I wasn't gonna know what to do with it. It didn't seem like a viable option. Surprisingly, they're really easy to use, and I get a much better shave with my safety razor than I do with my plastic razor. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. I do want to say, I don't think you have to shave your legs. It is not something necessary. If you want to grow out your body hair, that is cool with me too. Societal norms. But if you do shave your legs or your underarms or whatever, I would definitely recommend switching to a safety razor. The next one is my Imperfect Foods Box. Now I know that Imperfect Foods right now is not available to the entire United States, but they are in the process of expanding, I believe. It has just made grocery shopping so nice for me. Imperfect Foods drops the food off at your door right there. That was number one, the ease and convenience of it. What Imperfect Foods does is they rescue food that would otherwise be thrown away. Food that wouldn't be sold in the grocery store either because of imperfections or a surplus or whatever the reason might be. So right there, you're reducing the food waste, but also, you're reducing plastic because when you see how the box comes, there are a few things that come in plastic. Like I do like to add this vegan croissant bread every once in a while, every couple of months, because it's so good. And of course, the loaf is wrapped in a plastic bag because that's how it's packaged. But the produce is just in the box. There's no produce bags, there's no grocery bags. It's just such a nice way to eliminate a lot of the plastic. And they even have a take back program. Any freezer packs or anything like that that are in your box, you can leave them outside the next time that you get your delivery, and the delivery person will take back your freezer packs when they leave your box. It's just a really nice option. They don't have everything that a grocery store would have, of course, but they do have a lot. So I really feel good about getting food from them, and I try to add as much as I can because A, I do want to support them as much as possible, and B, I want to eliminate any subsequent trips to the grocery store because, you know, transportation, etc. Number 8, while we're on kitchen things, I decided to give beeswax wraps a try, and I love them. You can directly wrap the food in them, you can put them over a container, over a plate, whatever you have to do. And of course, you don't necessarily have to buy beeswax wraps. One, there are wraps that I've heard of that are not beeswax, making them more vegan, which is always nice. I haven't tried those, but my other option, which I do all the time, is just cleaning out containers that we already have, like a to-go container or a jar from spaghetti sauce or peanut butter or whatever, just cleaning that out and using that to put any kind of leftovers or whatever in. So that's an even more sustainable option because then you're not buying extra things, you're using something that you already have. All of those ways are great ways to store food without having to use a plastic cling wrap or things that end up in the trash. Next one is deodorant. So we're going back to the shower again because I have not put these in any kind of discernible order, obviously. My favorite natural deodorant, Native, has begun offering their deodorant in cardboard packaging. I just really think they're a great brand, and it's a really good deodorant that works really well. And finally, the last one. My son is dying for me to get to this so that he can turn the TV on. The last one is cleaning product. Being pregnant, every single cleaning product makes me want to puke. So I found that vinegar was kind of the one thing that I could clean with that wasn't making me nauseous at the time. It's a great disinfectant, it's strong enough to kill bacteria, and it is good at dislodging dirt and grime and that kind of thing. And it left the mirror and windows completely streak free. I did find a glass bottle that I had under the sink, and I just made a simple mix of 1 part vinegar to 1 part water. That way it doesn't leave kind of as much of a vinegar smell, and it stretches the vinegar out and makes it last longer. And I cleaned pretty much the entire house with it, and it's the one thing that at this point isn't making me nauseous. It has cut down on the amount of plastic bottles and ridiculous number of cleaners that we have been purchasing, and it definitely ended up saving us money. One tip though that I have is to check and make sure that your surfaces are able to be cleaned with vinegar. Something like granite or stone tiles shouldn't be cleaned with vinegar. But other than that, check and make sure your surfaces are safe to be cleaned with vinegar, because I think it is definitely a great option and one that did end up saving us a lot of money. So there you have it. There's 10 swaps that we use to cut down on the amount of plastic that we consume in the first place, so we can worry a little bit less about that 9% that's actually getting recycled. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and like and subscribe for more content, and come along on this intentional and conscious living journey with me. Thanks for watching. But instead of using a liquid soap, and I just bit my tongue. But we're talking deodorant. Nope, hold on.